start. Yo, your girl got a cease and desist from Boo, also known as Black Oxygen Organics, the MLM that sold dirt. Now, if you've been following Boo, you already know this, but they are no longer. They shut down, they closed shop, they're done. It's gone. So let's talk about it and let's spill the tea. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Kat. I'm a licensed and registered dietitian nutritionist, and on this channel we like to talk about weight neutral focused approaches to health, as well as dive into scammy and unethical nutrition related products and businesses, mostly MLM companies, and other nutrition related fear mongering claims. Couple of notes: I have been off for a while just doing new parent things, but the birth went well, baby is doing well, we're home, we're good, and now I'm just trying to figure out what the balance is or what it looks like to be a parent of a newborn and also create content. I really wanted to film this video in particular sooner, way sooner, but we're getting to it now. Also, this is the very first video that I'm recording on my new camera, and it'll be the first video that I am fully editing in Final Cut Pro, so hopefully everything goes well. I will be doing a voiceover probably for the majority of this video. That just helps me to make sure that I get this video out a little bit sooner. So I hope that the B-roll, I think that's what it's called, isn't too distracting. Last note, be sure to get your Boo Hater merch from Mombi. The link will be in the description box down below. We can match. You can have this Boo is Woo Hate Crew shirt, as well as this Proud Hater of Boo coffee mug. There is so much more there as well. So link will be in the description box down below. Just being transparent, I don't get any cut of it, so check it out. I do really want to, again, give a huge shout out to Mombi as a source for really bringing information about Boo to the anti-MLM community and movement. It's because of her that many creators started talking about Boo and got the sources to talk about Boo. Alright, so with that being said, this video is 100% my opinion and my experience, and I will be leaving relevant links in the description box below. So imagine this: you are about 2 to 3 weeks away from your due date. You're trying to finish up setting up the nursery, you're trying to do some meal prep, trying to get your life together, when you go and check the mail and see that you have a certified letter, and you open it and it is a cease and desist from a company mad at you that you told everybody that they sold dirt. That's what happened to me. So in today's video, I wanted to share some of the things that are in this cease and desist and my responses to them. Let's explain a little summary of what Boo was, just in case anybody is just trying to catch up on everything. I'll read a summary from Wikipedia, but please note that this is a very small piece of everything that happened. This article needs a lot of work and additions. It's just kind of a skeleton and surface level right now, but it does a job if you're just trying to catch up quickly. Black Oxygen Organics was a Canadian multi-level marketing, or MLM company, which sold dirt at the price of US $110 per package to customers in Canada and the United States. The company was founded in 2015 as New Water by Mark St. Onge, an entrepreneur from Castleman, Ontario, who sold mud in various forms since the 1990s. Carlo Garibaldi served as president, and Ron Monterulli served as vice president of business development. Black Oxygen Organics experienced significant growth during the COVID-19 pandemic as misinformation related to the pandemic led to a revival in alternative medicine. Facing the proposed class action, the company announced its closure in November 2021, 2 days before Thanksgiving. The company marketed its product as fulvic acid, encouraging buyers to consume it by dissolving it in water and drinking, or bathing in it and using it as a facial mask. It claimed that the product had many health benefits, many of which have been debunked by scientists and activists who monitor MLMs. Participants in the MLM scheme, mostly women, promoted this product on social media under the hashtag #Boo. In September 2021, Health Canada announced the recall of Black Oxygen Organics tablets and powders, citing potential health risks and promotion of the products in ways that had not been evaluated or authorized. Between July and October 2021, the Better Business Bureau received 16 customer complaints against Black Oxygen Organics, the majority of which alleged difficulties reaching business representatives while seeking refunds or information regarding orders. In November 2021, 4 residents of Georgia filed a class action complaint against the company, which alleged that it sold a product contaminated with toxic heavy metals based on laboratory tests by scientists, which confirmed elevated levels of lead and arsenic based on levels dosage recommended by the company. In December 2021, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration advised consumers to stop using and throw away powder and tablet products from Black Oxygen Organics, citing elevated levels of lead and arsenic in powdered samples at the Canadian border. Again, there's a lot more to the story, but this was a general summary. So this whole thing started with this letter, this cease and desist. It was addressed to me, of course, and they went on saying this law firm and Black Oxygen Organics, they're sending the letter regarding certain actions by me that violated the company's legal rights. In particular, according to them, this letter, I published numerous false, defamatory, and disparaging statements against the company or about the company. And on behalf of Black Oxygen Organics, they were writing to demand that I immediately cease and desist from publishing defamatory and disparaging statements about the company. At a minimum, this includes immediate removal of the YouTube videos referenced below, as well as robust correction, clarification, or retraction of the following false and defamatory statements or implications. We'll read some of those in a bit, but I just wanted to share that the whole goal of this was to have that immediate removal of the YouTube videos referenced, which we'll get to, but then also that robust correction, clarification, or retraction of the statements or implications. And that is a huge issue, as we'll see in a little bit. So soon after I received my letter, another creator and friend in the community who also creates YouTube videos also received one. And so we can confidently say that Boo was seeing the action that the anti-MLM community was doing, the action we were taking, and they started to get frustrated, which I think is pretty cool that we have a voice against unethical business practices, and we can continue this kind of anti-MLM activism to protect consumers and also to do one of my main life goals, which is to remove false nutrition information and non-evidence-based practices and other fear-mongering claims. And to clarify, the action the anti-MLM community was taking was reporting false and illegal health claims to the authorities. It wasn't attacking, it wasn't bullying or hating. At least if somebody was doing that, that wasn't condoned. That is something that we were not for. The Boo is Woo community, the Boo is Woo Facebook group, the goal was always to report these false and illegal claims. It was not about attacking or bullying. It was just taking what their own distributors were already doing and bringing it to the attention of authorities. So let's just go down the list of a few of the things that they had issue with from my videos, because the fact that they wanted me to not just take down my videos, but have me do a robust correction, clarification, or retraction of the following quote unquote false and defamatory statements or implications could very well jeopardize my credentials and the dietitian's code of ethics. As a licensed health professional, I have an ethical duty to make sure that people aren't taking unsafe supplements if I have a reason to believe that they could be harmful. So when I first got the letter, I was instructed by my lawyer to go point by point and refute those statements that they had issue with. At first, it was a lot. It was a very long document, and I had to spend some time shortening and getting to the point to summarize why they were wrong in the most succinct professional way I possibly could. But before we start, on July 23rd, 2021, Mark, who was the CEO of Black Oxygen Organics, gave public permission to talk against him, and then got upset when people, which he called haters, spoke against him. Anyway, so in his post, he says, "I always said, talk bad against or talk good about me, but by all means, talk about me." So we're going to talk about him. In an interview from September 2021, Mark admitted to practicing medicine illegally and continuing to do so after being charged. Mark said, quote, "I was charged for practicing illegal medicine back in 1989. unquote. He also then said, quote, then my clinic went underground, end quote. And further in the conversation, he said, quote, and everything was underground for me to continue practicing orthotherapy, end quote.
I was charged for practicing illegal medicine back in 1989. And $20,000 fine in those days. And so, but I fought it. And then my clinic went underground. I had a referral program and everything was underground for me to continue practicing orthotherapy.
I bring up this point specifically because in their cease and desist, one point they claimed what I did was falsely claim or recklessly imply that a message Marc St. Onge displayed from a former medical doctor was actually Marc St. Onge impersonating a medical doctor and displaying a message that Mr. St. Onge had written himself. I'll just play the clip.
We got a message that came to us and we thought we would read it for you. Marc St. Onge, he is our CEO, product formulator, and co-founder of the company. You are a wonderful, wonderful, kind, clever, caring, and compassionate man. And I am so grateful to you, as are all my many friends. I used to be a medical doctor, and in all my years, I have never seen anything which we could do in medicine to do the things Boo is doing for people. Thank you a million times over. I will never stop sharing how wonderful this is. There's two sides to every story, ladies and gentlemen.
So that was written by somebody who used to be a medical doctor. Did they lose their license or something?
You put up something and say some guy or some doctor. Well, if you really want to be impactful, put the guy should have his name on here.
I will the former doctor at the very end. Like, why doctor. Is he former?
I've never heard. I thought once a doctor, always a doctor, but okay.
Right. So I was like, Marc, is that you? So 1, Marc wasn't even the one displaying the message. And 2, it is completely understandable to question someone's character and health supplement company, especially when that person admitted to being charged with practicing medicine illegally and intentionally continuing to do so after. Now, this specific claim against me came from a video interview that I did with a former Boo rep. I did decide to take that video down because of some outside personal concerns with an individual, and I want my channel to remain as drama-free and evidence-based and non-emotional based as possible. Another point that we're going to talk about related to Marc is that he admitted that Health Canada called, quote, last month, stating somebody had an adverse reaction to a Boo product. This reaction video was uploaded to YouTube on September 6, 2021, meaning that Health Canada had called Boo in August 2021.
About what's going on with the products and Health Canada. So we did get a call from Health Canada last month stating that someone had an adverse reaction to the products. And so I asked which product it was, and it was the tab.
Again, as a licensed health professional, I have an ethical duty to make sure people aren't taking unsafe products. With both the CEO admitting to somebody having an adverse reaction and the Health Canada recall, I felt obligated to share for the health and well-being of my viewers. And this was in response to the claim that I falsely claimed that the product contains other different compounds in there that are concerning and toxic. Now, in reality, in my video, I said, quote, there is going to be minerals and other different compounds in there. So there can be some ones that are a bit more concerning or toxic, maybe, but there are going to be minerals in there. That's how our produce gets them. I was referring to dirt and fulvic acid in general. Why else would I talk about how produce gets minerals? Marc said himself, we did get a call from Health Canada last month stating that someone had an adverse reaction to the products. I will leave a link about dirt contamination and also a link about the recall. I don't understand the claim that they made against me. They completely took my statement out of context. When in part of my sentence that they were talking about, I was talking about produce and dirt contamination in general. Next up, another thing that they were upset about was, in their words, that I falsely claimed the product was not safe for use by pregnant people, even for foot baths. So I will leave a link below recommending avoiding usage during pregnancy. What I said was this is not recommended in pregnant and or nursing people. Now, I cannot find even now any evidence that says it is safe and without the quote, no contradictions for pregnancy, end quote, as they mention in one of the guides that they had. It is no longer available on their website, but it was available on their website before. I have a copy of it. And on that page that they had in their document for the question of can pregnant women use this product, their answer is yes, there are no contraindications for pregnancy. Now, when I am talking about supplements, I have to have an evidence-based reason to recommend it. I have to have evidence that something not just works, but that something is safe. And I cannot find anything that is reputable that says that it is, or that claims that it is safe in pregnancy. And with the Health Canada Boo recall, they state that there is that recall due to potential health risks which may be higher for children, adolescents, and pregnant or breastfeeding women. So by trying to make me either correct, clarify, or retract my statements about using this while pregnant and or nursing is highly telling of the type of people who ran this company, in my opinion. And at this time, it was only Health Canada that had the recall, and now it is extended to the FDA. And so I don't know how I could ethically retract me saying that it is not recommended in pregnancy or nursing. Next up, they were upset. They said that I falsely claimed or recklessly implied that the company's current product is not comparable to its product that was the subject of a certificate of analysis that has been circulated online. So what I said was I am curious how comparable the Boo product is in 2021 versus how it was in 2017. It is known that organic matter can change over several years. In fact, a quote from the University of Vermont's Extension Office states that the amount of active organic matter in the soil can change quickly in just a year or two, and it is highly influenced by soil management practices. And again, my statement was, I am curious how comparable the Boo product is in 2021 versus how it was in 2017. And according to them, that means that I falsely claimed or recklessly implied that the company's current product is not comparable to the product in their certificate of analysis from 2017. Also, a top Boo distributor, Adam Ringham, said in the Black Auction Business Advocates that the old COA, the one from 2017, is slightly incorrect. Therefore, it would be in my right to question how comparable Boo from 2017 product is from Boo 2021 product. And it's not like this was just a random distributor saying that it was slightly incorrect. This was somebody who was at the top, somebody who they featured very prominently in their online magazine, The Bog. Next up, they said that I falsely claimed or recklessly implied that the company, quote, wants to take advantage of people who are in vulnerable situations, end quote, by selling the product to them. Now, in my video, I said there are so many people who want to take advantage of people who are in vulnerable situations, in tough situations, and so if you are struggling with something, like, keep your guard up. This is not fair to you. It's not fair to just healthcare in general. It is just very alarming and very concerning. And I just hope that the appropriate authorities can do what they can to stop this from continuing on. End quote. So that was my statement. They said that I implied that the company wants to take advantage of people who are in vulnerable situations, which you can think what you want with that. But in that quote, I specifically was talking about distributors. I will show screenshots of Boo distributors doing things that concern me. And this was also in my video when I was talking about this. So this person says, who on my friend list has post-COVID symptoms? Bloat, fatigue, no energy, foggy brain, no stamina, addicted to caffeine, addicted to sugar, struggles with weight, not drinking enough water but wishes they could, problems focusing, can't sleep. Anyone? What if one simple product could alleviate even just a few of these? What if it could help with all of them? What if I told you this was a list of things I was dealing with on a daily basis, and now after 2 weeks, I no longer do? You trust me, right? You trust that I have always been honest with the products I promote. Trust me now. I said I would never promote a health and wellness company. This is the only product that has made me change my mind. Want to see thousands of customer testimonials? I can add you to the group. Comment below if you're ready to see what has been changing my entire well-being in just days. I am urging you to try this. I want you all to feel what this can do for you. And in that picture attached to that post, it mentions immune weakness, impotent/sexual dysfunction, infertility, muscle weakness/dystrophy, liver dysfunction, acne, anemia, arthritis, asthma, brittle nails, birth defects, low blood sugar, digestive problems, eczema, edema, goiter, low thyroid, hair loss/thinning, graying, hyperactivity, hyperthermia, memory loss, chronic fatigue, brain fog, nervousness, osteoporosis, PMS, periodontal disease, receding gums, wrinkles, sagging skin, facial aging, depression, cancer, candida, cardiovascular disease, cramps, constipation. So implying that this Boo product could help with all of those things, which I think is very irresponsible. And how else would you describe this instead of people trying to take advantage of people who are in vulnerable situations? And the other picture that I had shown in the video said medical conditions Boo has successfully treated the symptoms of, and it listed open sores, parasite infection, cancers, fractures, gallstones, chemical burns, shingles, 26, chronic fatigue, sunburn, gastritis, chronic indigestion, stroke, gout, chronic psoriasis, heartburn, toxic buildup, ulcers, circulation problems, hemorrhoids, common colds, high blood pressure, varicose veins, HIV virus, yeast infections, colitis, hypoglycemia, croup, anemia, cystitis, high blood sugar, dermatitis, migraine, headaches, angina, arteriosclerosis, diabetes, multiple sclerosis, diarrhea, arthritis, muscle cramps, burns, diverticulitis, nervous disorders, blood clots, nervous stomach, eczema, edema, bursitis. Now, if somebody is posting about any of those things that they are struggling with, that they are getting through or going through, and somebody DMs them to take advantage of that situation that they're going through, being in that tough situation and trying to sell them this product, I think that fits my claim that there are some people who want to take advantage of people in vulnerable situations by selling them this product. Now, of course, they were also upset about any time that I mentioned where the location of the bug was, but these were just some of the things that made them upset. But I'd be here all day if I listed every single point and refuted it like I did in this video. And I already don't have much time with my newborn right now, and so I just wanted to share the highlights mostly. Overall, this is one of the most hilarious and stressful times of my life. As I began to collect my thoughts and all of the information for my rebuttals, I actually started having really intense contractions, painful ones at that, and I could only contribute that to stress. It happened twice in my pregnancy overall, and one of the times was when I was trying to get all my information for all of the claims that they were talking about. My brain was super foggy when I was putting together the document to refute everything that they were talking about, and that was really hard with that brain fog. But I can say now, being on the other side, my brain has so much more clarity now than it did at the end of pregnancy. My hormones have leveled out since then for the most part, and so just looking back, it was just one of the most wild things that I've experienced. All I hope is that if Mark comes back with a new product or a new company, I hope he is transparent as to what the certificate of analysis is. I hope he's transparent as to where the source of the product is coming from. And I hope that he doesn't allow anybody or himself to make any health claims that are not evidence-based. All right, so don't forget to get some of your Boo is Woo merch linked in the description box, and I will see you next time. Remember, you can strive for health without subscribing to diet culture or buying dirt. I'll see you later. Bye.